Hey everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to be Sub-5 on Skewb. So for this tutorial you will have to know Sarah's Intermediate. I haven't got a tutorial on it, but there are plenty of good ones out there. I'll link one on the card around about here now. And yeah, you'll just need to know that for this tutorial for it to make sense. Okay, so my first tip is to make sure you're colour neutral, so you can solve the layer on any side. This will be really handy so you can increase your chances of getting an easy layer, which will bring down your times. Another really important thing is to know how to do Polish sledges and hedges. So these are finger tricks for when you're doing sledgehammers and hedge slammers. So for the sledgehammer you want to have your thumb here, your index finger here, and then your ring finger there. And then with your other hand you want to have your thumb there, opposite the one where you've already got it, and then have your index finger and your middle finger maybe there, and the other two fingers don't really matter. So then you have to move your hand down with that one, and then with your index finger you want to push forward, and then with your thumb you want to pull back, and then with the whole hand you want to move it back, like that. So that's it fast. Okay, so how I finger trick my hedges is by having my thumb on the top face, and then my index finger and middle finger on the adjacent face to that. Then with my other hand I have my thumb on the bottom face, and my index finger and middle finger for that hand on the adjacent face to that. Then I just kind of push up with my whole hand, then again with my whole hand pull back down, and then with my index finger here I flick the side down and then push it back up. So fast it looks like this. Another tip is to learn the H-perm skip case. This case will mean that when you usually would do a sledge here and get a H-perm, you won't. So how you recognise it is by recognising that these two centres are solved. And then for the algorithm itself, instead of doing a sledge and getting the H-perm, you go to the back, then do a sledge, then rotate back, and then you'll see you've just got a hedge to solve. This also works when you've got a hedge to a H-perm. What you'll just want to do is turn to the back again, hedge, and then sledge. So this algorithm is quite useful as H-perms are really long and hard to execute algorithms, so if you can avoid them then that's really helpful for your times. My next tip will be showing you some last 5 centres algorithms. So I'm going to show you 3 algs, and these are quite useful as it will reduce the amount of sledges it takes to solve a case. So for the first one, all you want to do is just notice it by these two centres will swap, and these two centres in the back will swap. So for when it's these two centres in the front that swap, you want to go just move it down like that, and then do a triple sledge like that, and then just move it back, and you ought to have it solved. There's a similar algorithm for when the two at the front are swapping, and then these two at the back are swapping horizontally. So then you just move it up, triple sledge, and then move it back down. Okay, so the next algorithm is just going to be quite an easy one. You'll notice it by having these two as opposite centres, and then these two are meant to swap. So for this it's just a triple sledge, and that solves it. So for the last algorithm it's kind of similar to the first one that I showed you. So you'll recognise this by having the centres moving around in a cycle. Then what you want to do is just move half the cube kind of down like that, and then you'll just have a U-perm where the centre's going this way. And then it's just a U-perm as you would, and then you just move the layer back. So my final tip is to have efficient layers. George Scoley has a video on this method I'm about to talk about, which will be linked in a card here. So the idea is to get a scramble and try to find the most efficient layer for each side, and all the layers should be in under 7 moves. Making sure you use all your inspection time will be useful in planning these layers and solves. Looking at example solves from fast Skewb solvers will also help you learn new inserts and improve your layers efficiency. So that was my video on how to be Sub-4 on Skewb. Thanks for watching.